Welcome back to Battle Cage. My name is Saif, and this is the UFC 300 full card breakdown, and it is absolutely stacked. So, in the spirit of UFC 300, I'd like to give away $300. First place, $150. Second place, $100, and third place, $50. So, stay tuned, and I'll let you guys know more about that. Let's get into it. I hope I grabbed your attention. So, without further ado, I am giving away $300. I made significant improvement in my studio. You might notice some increases in my production value. And you know what? It is what it is. I got a brand new laptop that's going to be powering this recording and my podcast moving forward. And I'm excited. It's UFC 300. I've waited for the perfect opportunity. So, here it is. All you got to do is right now, listen to this. Like this video, right? Help a brother grow. Subscribe to my channel, help a brother grow, and comment down below to increase the engagement. And it could be as simple as I've subscribed. And you know what? If you get your friends to subscribe, fine, do it. But after I get you guys paid. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to cross-check everyone that commented to everyone that subscribed to my channel. And I'll pick the 3 winners. And I will announce it live if I hit 500 subscribers. So, come on, let's start right now. Help me grow, and you guys get paid. And I'm probably gonna do this on a continuous basis for quite some time until I get some better traction. Now, without further ado, let's break down this card, guys. So, first fight of the evening for us is gonna be Deiveson Figueiredo taking on Cody No Love Garbrandt. And I gotta tell you, my first initial pick was Deiveson Figueiredo, but the more I consider this fight, the more I like Cody Garbrandt. I think he's just going to be a little bit bigger. I think he has enough of wrestling pedigree to neutralize Deiveson Figueiredo, and I just think he's a much better, cleaner striker. Now, I am worried about Deiveson Figueiredo knocking this dude out, but something tells me Cody is gonna survive. Hopefully. There's 2 Codys on this card, and I hope this guy is the better Cody. So, believe it or not, I'm going to go with the very opening of Cody Garbrandt as my first official pick. And I am crazy about doing it, but you know what? I don't care. I think he's going to be cleaner in his striking. And as long as Figueiredo keeps his hands down, he's going to get touched up, and he doesn't like to get touched up. And when Deiveson Figueiredo doesn't get his way and he gets desperate and he gets punched in the face, he desperately shoots. And when he shoots, I think he's going to be in a world of trouble and in surprise, because Cody Garbrandt, once again, is not a fish out of water, and he has a pretty solid wrestling pedigree. So, first pick, Cody No Love Garbrandt, and we move forward. Our second fight is going to be Bobby Green taking on Jim Miller. And again, at first sight, I was like, Bobby Green, he's definitely going to win. Then I said, no, it's Jim fucking Miller. He's going to win. So I had to think about it, this one, guys. I really did. And you know what I came up to? I don't know who's going to win. I really don't. If you look at stylistically, you think Jim Miller should win, but I don't know. But then you look at the story, it's UFC 300, it's Jim fucking Miller. Jim Miller should win. Then you look at Bobby Green. He just got knocked out and completely beat down by Jalen Turner. So there's a lot of question marks, guys. I don't know who's going to win. They have the same reach, 71 reach apiece. They're pretty both up there in age, 37 for Bobby, 37 for Bobby, 40 for Jim Miller. Just a little bit taller, Bobby, and striking differential is where you can see the difference. It's going to be 6.14 to 2.96 favoring Bobby Green, and a significant strike landed per minute differential. The accuracy, we all know Bobby Green snipes, and when he does, he pretty much lands. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, the wrestling pedigree is favoring Jim Miller, but I think Bobby has enough to stuff the takedowns. I think he's good. You know what I'm trying to say? In fact, we can actually take a look at the defense statistics. Give me a second. If we look at the takedown, right? We have 1.58 to 1.2. Again, is it very significant? No. Takedown accuracy 44 to 37, slightly Jim Miller. If you look at the takedown defense, and this is what I really want people to pay attention, 74% takedown defense. So once again, if you're telling me that Jim Miller is going to come out there and take Bobby Green down right away, I don't think so. And that's why I'm on the fence on either side. But for the sake of this video, I am going to pick, I don't know. It's so hard. I'm going to go with Bobby King Green. I think being a little bit more faster and a little bit more athletic, it's going to go his way. The takedown defense that we just touched is going to be favoring Bobby Green. But this is UFC 300. It's Jim fucking Miller. I don't know, guys. Is it something that I'm willing to bet? No, I'm pretty not convinced on either side, and therefore I'm gonna pick Bobby Green, but I'll be happy if Jim Miller wins. Let's move forward. Up next, we have Jessica Andrade taking on Marina Rodriguez, and Jessica Andrade is much smaller girl, 5'1" to 5'6". It's gonna play dividend, guys. I'm telling you right now. And if you think Jessica Andrade is just going to come out there and steamroll Marina Rodriguez, I don't think so. You saw how bad she felt, like a bag of potatoes when she fought Yang Jianan. One punch straight and she just crumbled. I just think at this point, Jessica Andrade is, she's battle tested. She has an extensive record, but it's catching up to her. And the only thing that's really going against Marina Rodriguez is that she's 36. Everything else is really not that bad. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the reach, 3-inch reach advantage, good. Striking landed per minute, yeah, it's slightly better for Jessica Andrade. But that's because the girl really charges in and blitz forward. Maybe that's why. Marina Rodriguez is a little bit more technical, a little bit more on the reserve side, and she picks her shots. But I've bet on both girls. I've won and lost on both girls. But I got to tell you, I am all over Marina Rodriguez here, being the bigger girl. And as long as she can stuff some takedowns, she's going to get the job done. If we look at the statistics that we just saw on the other fight, we can break it down in terms of grappling and really understand what's going on. So from the grappling aspect, takedowns, yes, it is favoring Jessica Andrade. 2.45 to 0.25. Takedown accuracy 54 to Marina Rodriguez. Takedown defense, it's much better for Jessica Andrade, but we're looking at Marina Rodriguez, and I gotta tell you, 66% is not bad. I mean, it is what it is. And you know what? Even if she does get taken down, guess what? She's gonna be busy. She's gonna be in guard, defending, pulling guard, trying to keep Jessica Andrade down, trying to avoid big punches, and I think she's going to be the more active fighter. And what we've learned so far is that control time doesn't count that much anymore. So give me Marina Rodriguez at plus money, and that's going to be my dog pick number 2, because I did pick kind of Cody Garbrandt, although I don't know how I feel about that, but it is what it is. Up next, we have, this is a good one, guys, Jalen the Tarantula Turner taking on Renato Money Moicano, motherfuckers. And I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of both fighters, and I've bet both fighters. I've won on both fighters, and I've lost on both fighters. So once again, this card is just that good, man. You got both sides, and you're gonna be picking both sides. You're gonna be going there and there. But in any case, Jalen Turner gonna be 6 years younger, 20 years of age versus 34 Renato Moicano. 77-inch for Jalen Turner, 77 reach for Jalen Turner, 72 for Renato Moicano, 5-inch reach advantage for Jalen Turner. Significant strike landed per minute differential is favoring Jalen Turner at 6.02 to 4.41. If you look at the accuracy, they're both pretty good, but the takedown average is 1.8 for Renato Moicano with an accuracy of 47.22, which is slightly less than Jalen Turner. So when Jalen Turner commits and he shoots, he gets the takedown. But let's take a look at the takedown really quick. And you can see that 75% takedown defense for Jalen Turner, and that's not bad. In fact, he has 1.23 submissions to 0.64. So if there's any real finish on the ground, it could be Jalen Turner because he likes to snatch necks. No pun intended. And if Renato Moicano shoots and leaves his neck open, it's there for the taking for Jalen Turner. So, final pick. This is a biased pick, guys. Please don't kill me. I'm going with Renato fucking where's my money Moicano. Motherfuck yes. Let's go. And I know he's a dog, and I'm picking another dog. And I think I'm crazy about it, but who knows? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not crazy. But give me Renato Moicano. I just think he's a little bit more durable than Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner is a great striker. He has incredible physique. He's like, what, 6'3"? At the weight class, let me check. Yeah, he's 6'3", extremely long, extremely rangy. So yes, he has incredible attributes and physicality, but I believe in Renato Moicano, and I think he's gonna get the job done. He might just get another, grind, and it's gonna be a battle, guys. It's gonna be a battle, a beautiful, beautiful fight. In any case, let's move on. The next fight, and man, this is a good one. Sodiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopes. And I'm telling you right now, I'm torn again, guys. I'm really, really torn again. I love both fighters, and I mean it. I bet both fighters, and I've won with both fighters. What can I tell you? I want to start a story with me going to Atlantic City several years back and putting my first ever big cash money bet on a fighter, and his name was Sodiq Yusuff. I was so confident that he was going to win that after placing this bet, it was to this date my biggest bet. It was $4,500. I literally took out all my savings and I went to Atlantic City. I was crazy. Sodiq Yusuff was, I think, a minus 220, 230 favorite that night. So I was risking a lot of chunk of change. I was playing a little bit different. And I put on Sodiq Yusuff. I was so confident that he was going to win that I went to sleep. I took a nap because, it was a drive. I live in Brooklyn, New York, so it was like a 2.5-hour drive to Atlantic City. So as soon as it came in, I put the bet. I checked in. I went to my room. I actually got an upgrade, and I fell asleep. I took a nap. It was like a nice 2-hour nap. I remember waking up, and the first thing I did, looked, and it said unanimous decision. So to this day, I love Sodiq Yusuff. A bit disappointed in his last performance, but it is what it is. So that's a little bit of story. Now, Diego Lopes, man, he is phenomenal. I love the way he fights. I think he has a great UFC mind. He even trains Alexa Grasso. He's a coach. He really understands. And when you're coaching, you got to really understand the theory of fighting and mixed martial arts. And I think he's awesome, especially grabbing and submission. I think he's really good. So let's take a look. Slightly big physical advantage to Diego Lopes, 5'11" to 5'9", 7.5 reach to 71. Nothing crazy, but look at this one. Significant strike landed per minute. It's going to be favoring Sodiq Yusuff at 5.72 versus 2.47. Sodiq Yusuff a little bit, like I said, I don't want to say short. I think he's like average height. 5'9" is average height, but he's just much muscular, has a lot of, muscle on him, very athletic, and he packs power. And I think that's going to play dividend here. If Diego Lopes thinks he can stand with Sodiq Yusuff, nope, not going to happen. The only thing is we saw Sodiq Yusuff has to be patient and not overexert himself in the early rounds if he doesn't get a finish, because if he goes longer, I'm worried about his gas tank. It didn't look good. But again, maybe because it was a 5-round fight and he went absolutely balls to the wall in the first round against Barbosa. Couldn't get him out. And then kind of dwindled back. So yeah, so the striking differential is going to favor Sadiq Yusuff, 52.65 accuracy to 57 to Diego. Takedown, takedown, I got to get into it, but look at the submission, 5.29 favoring Diego Lopes. This guy loves submissions. I mean, really loves submissions. Let's take a look at the grappling side. In the grappling department, 62% takedown defense for Sadiq Yusuff. So not bad if Diego Lopes he thinks he can, stuff Sadiq Yusuff. Whereas Sadiq Yusuff, if he imposes his will, he has to consider the fact that Diego Lopes has only 42%. So less than 50%. So just shoot a couple of takedowns, get one, ground and pound. You could do the job. But look at the submission. Diego Lopes, 5.29 submissions. Let's see why. So with a record of 23 wins, 6 losses, Diego Lopes has 9 wins KO, which is 39%, 12 submissions, which is 52%, and 2 decisions. This is why his stats are the way they are. And you know what? After careful deliberation and consideration, I've decided to go with Sadiq Super Yusuff once again. As much as I love Diego Lopes, I just simply cannot put the fact that I think overall, physically, and in terms of a full package, Sadiq Yusuff is just much better. If Diego Lopes thinks he can bum rush, run across the ring, and bum rush Sadiq Yusuff, I think he's going to be in a world of trouble. And don't be surprised if Sadiq Yusuff is going to manhandle Diego Lopes. Again, it is what it is. Let's move forward. Oh, an interesting fact before I switch over, I just noticed something. Lopes love 80%. I'd rather take the 20% dog money. You know what I'm saying? All right, next one. This is a good one. We have Holm taking on Kayla Harrison. What I got to tell you, man. We already know. Holly, thank you for beating the shit out of Ronda Rousey. And can history repeat itself? Another judo fighter fighting you? I don't know. If this was like 5-6 years ago, I would say Holly is going to get the job done. But I don't know. She's pushing 42 now. And yeah, but let's break it down. So Holm, 42 years of age. Kayla Harrison, 33. The reach, 3-inch reach advantage to Holm. She's a decorative, fighter, boxer, kickboxer. Her striking is really up there. That's how she beat the shit out of Ronda. And Ronda couldn't get her down. But Kayla Harrison is on a different level. I think, Kayla Harrison right now at this stage, and let's say Ronda that fought Holm, I think Kayla beats the shit out of Ronda. This is just my personal opinion. Yeah, we don't have much statistics here, but we already know who Kayla Harrison is. If you don't, check out PFL and check out her, highlight reels. She's really good. Now, she is pushing minus 450 price tag, so I don't know how to feel about that. So I'm going to tell you this. I like, in this fight, Kayla Harrison. I've been high on Kayla Harrison ever since the fight got announced, and now that we're here, I'm still going to pick Kayla Harrison. I will not be putting big money, maybe like a parlay pick, but don't be surprised if I will be backing Holm, because guess what? I have another story, and it starts with me going into my car and going to Atlantic City. Pre-COVID, I was going through a lot of shit, and one of my escapes was going to Atlantic City. I was actually going to Atlantic City every single weekend. Every Friday after work, I would go to Atlantic City. Another big bet. Holm was a huge bet for me. It was at that time, before I went into craziness, $3,000 bet Holm against, I think she fought Juliana Pena, if I'm not mistaken. I can actually pull that up. Let's pull that up. So Holm fought, Raquel. I'm sorry. It was January 18th versus, it was Raquel. I'm so sorry. So this was the fight. It was Holm versus Raquel Pennington. And I remember going down to Atlantic City and dropping a bag 3,000, and it was a lot for me at that time. I didn't have much to lose, but I was just playing crazy. Like I said, I was going through some dark times, and betting and traveling and all this kind of gave me that adrenaline rush that I needed to pass time, if you will. But yeah, going down to this. So Holly, we go back. We go really back with Holly. And I also backed her against Ronda Rousey, believe it or not. And I'm just a big, big supporter. But, Kayla being a little bit more sharper, primer, great takedown. Her striking is a bit suspect, and she lost to Larissa Pacheco because she couldn't really handle the pressure that Larissa brought. So can Holly win? Yes, there's a clear path to it. Her striking is good. Her defense is amazing. In fact, let's take a look at her defense. So her defense, 78% takedown defense. And against the cage, she does it very, very well. So after careful deliberation and consideration, I'm going to go with my pick. I'm not going to change my pick. It's going to be Kayla Harrison. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if I see something live and I jump ship and I take Holly live. So I like Holly Holm as a live bet. If she is tiring out Kayla Harrison and Kayla's not getting the takedowns that she wants, and she's not going to out-volume Holly Holm, which I don't think she will, considering the striking differential, because I think it's favoring Holly. But Holly doesn't throw empty punches. When she throws, she really, really means it. And she's really good at counter punches. So I'm going to go with Holly. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Kayla Harrison. I'm not too confident in it because I have much respect for Holly, but at 42 years of age, I mean, father time is just... it's father time. Let's go. Cruising down along. We have Calvin Kattar taking on Aljamain Sterling, making his debut at the featherweight. For a very long time, I didn't know how the hell he's making 135. Like, the guy was walking around 170 plus, close to 180. So I guess it caught up to him when he got knocked out by Sean O'Malley, and now here we are. We have Aljamain Sterling taking on Calvin Kattar. I was on Aljamain Sterling really early. I had him at minus 110, even money, as soon as the lines kind of were announced, and I went with that. So at this point, it's not a straight play. It's a parlay piece, but I'm still confident with Aljamain Sterling. I think Calvin Kattar went through so much wars and so much battle and so much injury. He's just not the same guy. But, for the purposes of the video, let's review. He's 36 years of age. He's going to be taller. He has 1-inch reach advantage. His striking differential is going to be favoring him at 5.12 versus 4.73. The significant accuracy, is favoring Aljamain Sterling at 61.17% versus 41.37. So you know what? Aljamain Sterling can fight. He's really good at it. He's just, relied for a long time on the grappling and controlling. And there's a crazy stat that they only got 12 out of 60 attempted submissions to the last couple of fights. Okay, granted, I understand. Still, he's good. Let's check the wrestling pedigree. In the wrestling department, you can see 91% defense for Calvin Kattar. That's big. That's huge. And that made me worry. However, I'm still going to go with the takedowns because it's going to favor Aljamain Sterling. But if my man can't take Calvin Kattar down, my straight bet is in the trash can. Because that 91% by Calvin Kattar is huge. But he never fought Aljamain Sterling. You know what I'm saying? The human backpack. So let's go with the human backpack. I think he's going to be much bigger, much stronger at the featherweight. And I'm taking a chance here, man. I'm gonna go with Aljo on this one. Aljamain Sterling, baby. Let's get it done. Let's move forward. We have a prelim featured fight, and that's going to be the former champ Yuri Prochazka taking on the returning Alexander Rakic. This fight is a pick'ems, and it's right. I mean, A lot of people who like Yuri are automatically going to back Yuri because they're going to say, well, he didn't truly get beat down. He truly didn't lose. Maybe this was an early stoppage. Okay, maybe. I think he still would have lost to Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira was coming in, and he was not going to be denied that night. So I think he was just a better man. And, coming off a loss, it's just, coming off a layoff, because Yuri was coming off a injury layoff, that doesn't look good. And because of that, I'm thinking Yuri. Like, I'm thinking exactly that, the Yuri. So, Alexander Rakic blows his, I think it was his knee against Blachowicz, and that guy cost me a wonderful parlay. He was my last leg of that night. Alexander Rakic, I had you, man. You let me down, but maybe you didn't let me down. Maybe your knees let you down. Your body let you down. So now, he's been out for 2 years. I think those are 2 crucial years, 30 to 32. 30 is where you're at your maximum peak, and he lost 2 important years of his life. So I don't know how he's going to look, what level of training he's doing. Now, he's a professional. I'm sure he's going to be good. I'm sure everything is like that. But look at the experience. I think Yuri Prochazka is a really experienced fighter. 29-4 record, 14-3 for Alexander Rakic. 2-inch reach advantage for Yuri Prochazka. The striking differential, that unorthodox, crazy style that Yuri comes in, it's going to favor him at 5.31 to 4.0 on the other side. The accuracy, though, Rakic, when he throws in nice combinations, and he's very, very precise. This is what I really liked about him. And he doesn't mind, keeping the fight, I guess, boring, but out pointing his opponent and getting the job done. So I understand why there's going to be some lean on Alexander Rakic. Totally justifiable. Let's look in the wrestling department really quick. And in the wrestling department, we have 50% takedown accuracy for Yuri Prochazka. We have 25% for Alexander Rakic. The defense, though, pay attention once again. 90% defense, 90% for Rakic. So if you think Yuri Prochazka is going to come out there and get the takedown that easy, I don't think so. I'm just looking at the statistics. Every fight is different. I understand. But I'm going to favor Yuri Prochazka just ever so slightly because I don't like betting on people who are coming off a layoff or an injury. I'm going to say this again. I don't like betting on people or picking people who are coming off an injury. Now, I could be surprised, but I'm not very confident. I'm going to go with Yuri Prochazka just ever so slightly. And that's it. Let's go. Okay, we have Bo Nickal taking on Cody Brundage. Cody Garbrandt was the first fight. Another Cody. Bo Nickal versus Cody Brundage. And I got to tell you, this should not have been a pay-per-view fight. I believe Yuri Prochazka and Alexander Rakic should have started this main card. In fact, Kelvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling could have started this pay-per-view event. But I guess they want to keep the engagement from the very, very first fight until the last, because I don't think anyone is going to be going to a bathroom break in the middle of the fight. We're all going to be just watching most of these fights, if not all of these fights. So I totally get it. Also, I understand the PR machine from UFC, and Bo Nickal is that new guy that they really want to push and make a lot of noise. He's 5-0 undefeated, taking on Cody Brundage, who is probably fighting for the last time in UFC. And he's going to be a crazy, crazy underdog, almost over plus 1,000, plus 1,100 certain books. 20 years of age for Bo, 29 for Brundage. Physically, 6'1" to 6, pretty much the same. Reach, 4-inch reach advantage to Bo Nickal, so that kind of going his way. Slight striking differential going toward his way, 2.76 to 1.0. The accuracy, look at the accuracy, but look at the takedown, guys. Look at the takedown, 11.04 to 52.63, favoring Bo Nickal, and that's just insane. Look at the submission, 13.8 to 1.04. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the wrestling. And once again, you see pretty much the same numbers. Look at that takedown accuracy, 50%. He doesn't need no takedown defense because no one's going to take him down. And again, look at the submission average. That's just insane to me. The average, the submission average is just insane, guys. I mean, the pick is Bo Nickal. Should you even consider playing it? Absolutely not. Just let's watch this. Let's see what's going on. Let UFC continue pushing Bo Nickal. Let's see what the. Let's wait and pick our spots. And it's really just enjoy the process, I guess. But I don't know. First round, anything, maybe first round finish. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's just one of those fights. But yeah, Bo Nickal, guys. Let's go. Ooh, now it's getting interesting. Charles Oliveira taking on Arman Tsarukyan. And I'm just, man, up until today, I was right before recording this video, I was really favoring Charles Oliveira, but then I had a conversation with one of my friends from FanDuel, and he completely changed my mind. And he said Arman Tsarukyan is gonna bust Charles Oliveira's ass. He's gonna dominate him. He's gonna pick him up and throw him because he's just that guy. He compared him to Islam, saying that it's like a small little replica of Islam. And yes, you can see a lot of similarities between the two. Both heavy pressure wrestling, fighters, and some knockout potential too, because he got wins by knockout. 21-3 record, not bad. 34-9 record for Charles Oliveira. He is going to be slightly taller, much leaner, not as full, stocky as Arman, who packs a lot of muscle, by the way. Striking differential, look at them, pretty much the same. A little bit more accuracy for Charles, and the takedown is going to be favoring Arman at 3.4. And one thing that we really got to appreciate in this fight is that if Arman knocks down or takes Charles Oliveira down, he's not going to be afraid to roll with him. He's not going to be afraid to go down to the ground. A lot of fighters, a lot of strikers that got Charles down, like they knocked him down or whatever, they were afraid to engage on the floor. They did not want any business. They just decided to completely not get involved with Charles. Whereas Arman Tsarukyan is going to want that business. And if he takes Charles down, Charles is in trouble. You know what I'm saying? We could take a look at the wrestling, but it's probably going to favor Arman already. So let's take a look. And look at the takedown accuracy, 40-36, slight advantage to Charles. The takedown defense, though, there's no way Charles is going to be taking Arman 75% takedown defense. If anyone that's got to be afraid, and that's going to be Charles. But the submission threat is always live. One thing though, the longer the fight goes, the more I'm favoring Charles. I don't trust Arman Tsarukyan to keep the same high volume pace throughout the fight here. If this was a 5-round fight, I would probably lean more Charles because that submission is always live. Round 2, round 3, round 4, it don't matter. So, I'm going to go with Arman Tsarukyan, but I am completely unconfident. I'm going to say this again. The pick is Arman Tsarukyan, but I am not confident here at all. So I don't blame you if you go against me. But I'm really going to be looking for Charles Oliveira live play. And if I see something that I like, I might pull a trigger. So that's going to be my take on this fight. But as of now, we're going to say Arman. The next fight is just absolute banger. It's the BMF fight. BMF, whatever. Justin Gaethje versus Max Blex Holloway. They're both 5'11". Max is 32 years of age. Justin is 35. Physically, they're pretty much the same. Maybe Justin is a little bit more fuller at lightweight. Max Holloway is notoriously more skinnier, but he is good. If you look at the striking, they both are bangers. Look at the striking. They're both at 7 apiece. Accuracy maybe a little bit better for Justin. Takedown, I'm not even going to consider the takedown here. I think these guys are going to come at it and they're going to just throw the leather. Really excited for both of these fighters. I'm going to go with the underdog Max Holloway here as my official pick. Max just continues his volume non-stop throughout every single round. And the longer the fight, the fight, the better it is for Max Holloway because he can keep the pace. He's been through wars. He's battle tested. I'm not saying Justin is not battle tested, but he might just slow down after absorbing so much punches. And I just think this Max Holloway, it's his second, fight at lightweight. He fought for the interim light heavyweight title against Poirier, but Justin Poirier, but he didn't do so well. Dustin Poirier, but he didn't do so well. Still lasted with him, but I think this time around, I think he gets the job done. I'm gonna be leaning Max Holloway ever so slightly. I will consider this as a live play and not a pre-play. And I urge everyone to do the same. In fact, if anything, guys, enjoy this fight for what it is. Pure violence. And that's that. We're going to close it at this. We are now in the co-main event of the evening. And we have the strawweight title fight. Weili Zhang taking on Yang Jianan. I'm going to keep this very, very brief. I think that Weili Zhang is just so good at what she does. She's a pure martial artist, and she just lives her life around her martial arts and her career. She's so dedicated. Her only 2 losses in the last couple of fights are only Rose. She got knocked out, that head kick by Rose Namajunas, and then she lost a decision against her. But Weili Zhang, ever since, she just came in, rematched Joanna Jędrzejczyk, completely knocked her out, captured the belt against Esparza, and then just steamrolled. So she is fighting her countrywoman, Yang Jianan, who's good, but not so good. They're both 34 years of age, so no significant advantage there. You could consider the takedown accuracy a little bit more for Yang Jianan, but I'm very confident in Weili Zhang. I think she's a little bit juiced at this point in terms of price tag, but she has everything, and she definitely trained with Cejudo, so she got the wrestling down packed a little bit better than she did in the past, and that played dividend in her last couple of outings. We're gonna go with Weili Zhang, and I'm pretty confident with it. Let's move forward. We did it. This is the main card of the evening. It's going to be light heavyweight main event. It's a title fight, a unification battle for the undisputed light heavyweight title. Alex Pereira is going to be defending his title. He just won. He just defeated it. Well, I guess he kind of took it from Yuri because Yuri was the, he also gave it up, just like Jamal Hill. So if Jamal Hill was not coming off an injury, I would be much more confident in Jamal Hill. There's going to be a lot of love for Jamal Hill. Let me look at the public perception. Public perception is 71% Pereira, and that scares me because 71% and he's only minus 130. Yeah, I'm not buying that. Give me Jamal Hill. I'm a big fan. Been fan of his ever since the Contender Series, ever since I saw him. I'm going to go with Jamal Hill. I'm not changing my pick. Let me tell you why. Let's look at the statistics. 7.31 striking differential, favoring Jamal Hill. Same reach, younger guy by 4 years. Yes, he's coming off an injury, but I think he's fully healed from what I've seen. In terms of striking differential, it is favoring Alex Pereira. The guy is a pure striker. So there's no world where I'm going to tell you that in pure striking, Jamal Hill is better. But I will tell you, I think Jamal Hill packs a little bit more in his punches than Alex Pereira. And that's why I'm favoring Jamal Hill here too. But also, let's check the grappling situation. Now, Jamal said, I'm going to knock this guy out. And I believe him because I think he's really convinced. This takedown accuracy of 100%, that's cap. I mean, really, really cap. So let me tell you this. I think Jamal Hill can take Alex Pereira down with ease. And that 70%, I don't buy it. Jamal Hill is much bigger. He's naturally bigger than Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is a little more, on the slender side. He's more muscular, whereas Jamal Hill is a little bit more bigger. Just, on top of his muscle, he got some fat on him. You know what I'm saying? And he packs a lot of power. He has clean striking, clean boxing. He has the heart of a warrior. He doesn't give up. I'm not saying that Alex does, but he's not going to crumble like Yuri Prochazka or some of his other fighters. In fact, I don't even think Alex Pereira beat Jan Blachowicz. That's just my honest opinion. Call me crazy. Now, I love both guys. I bet on both guys. I won with both guys. Alex Pereira was one of my biggest bets of that year when he beat Israel Adesanya as an underdog. So, that's that. You know what I'm saying? What else can I tell you? Yeah, my pick is Jamal Hill. I'm going to enjoy this fight. I don't necessarily want to bet the money line per se, but what I do want to do is fight starts round 2. That's what I'm thinking. I think no one's going to get knocked out in the first round, hopefully, and I'll survive. And I got a nice parlay going with that mindset. Well, that's it. I broke it down. If you stayed so far, thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. And once again, I'm giving away $300. I'm going to break it up into 3 parts. It's going to be first place, second place, third place. $150, $150. I'm giving it away. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, as simple as I've subscribed. And if I hit 500 subs or more, I will give the money away. Let's promote this channel as much as possible. Let's get it. Let's get paid. Let's not lose any money and enjoy UFC 300 this Saturday. With that being said, boys, it's been real. I'm out.